The Border Management Authority is inaugurating 400 junior officers as part of efforts to boost security at the country's ports of entry. Newzroom Afrika's Nqobile Madlal is live for us at the Police Academy grounds in Pretoria. Nqobile, great to see you as always. 400, is that going to be enough?
Well, it remains to be seen, Michelle, but we do know that that 400 is going to be adding on the 200 more, over 200 more that was already there. And it seems like already the division is that 100 of them will be going to Beit Bridge, whilst over 50 will also be going to Libombo. So you will remember that there are border gates that have been looked at and been seen as one of those that need more attention and more assistance. And I want to bring in now the happy graduates that have graduated today. Kamatlangu, obviously it was a great day for you. Tell us what you're hoping to get out of this.
Out of what?
Njengoba manje usugraduatile uyokwenzani phambili?
Oh, of course. I'm looking forward to finally being in a working space, especially it being law enforcement, because I am a graduate. I studied police science, so I'm really excited to put what I have been taught to work finally.
All right. We wish you all the best. And I want to bring in another graduate. She's carrying quite a lot, Michelle, there. She just joined us now. Her name is Natasha Mashope, and she's one of the people that graduated with quite a lot. So, best in the class?
Yes.
And what are you hoping to get at the border? What are you going to be doing at the border?
Our main mandate is to protect the borders of South Africa and to make sure we only allow legal immigrants to come into South Africa, process them through departure and entering South Africa. So I'm quite excited to be part of Border Management Authority, and I'm looking forward to growing career-wise.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. And of course, Michelle, this move is one that has been asked quite a lot in terms of, is this a good idea? Does it help our porous border? And I want to bring in now Calvin to speak to us about that. And I want to know from your end, having studied and understand how crime works in these borders, can you tell us, is this the right way to do it? Is this enough?
Yeah, good day. I think this is a good initiative. And, they are trained, and like they say, they are happy that they're going to transfer the same skill, the same training to protect our borders. And indeed, borders, if we tackle the borders correctly, so we are able to reduce crime in our country. But another thing, we also want and wish that the subs, as they say, they will support them. They need to support them, especially when it comes to K9 units, because the dogs, the sniffer dogs, they can sniff drugs, they can sniff illegal cigarette, and in the same breath, we want the subs also to support them on equipment such as a morphotage. Now, what the morphotage does is that even wanted criminals, as they cross over the border, once they put their fingerprints, then they can the subs can be alerted, and because they also have the powers to arrest, then they can arrest those criminals.
Can it stop crimes like human trafficking, smuggling, and even those that come in the country illegally that end up maybe in illegal mining?
Yeah, well, it will help, it will combat, and as long as they are decisive. And, with the borders, the problem that we had, it was the corruption in the borders. And we also wish for them not to take any bribe and be decisive when dealing with crime. When you speak of the Zamazamas, most of them, how they go across the border, they just give those officials an explanation that they are going to the nearest town, and, they allow them, like in Fixbeck and Leidenburg, such things, they need to be dealt with decisively. And with human trafficking as well, the minute people don't have an explanation on coming to visit here, they need to be properly scrutinized. Another issue that we are having is the cars that are stolen and hijacked in our country. They need to verify with those particular insurance companies and those banks. They need to call them physically and find out if indeed the owner has got permission to take over the car. Because most of the cars, they are duplicated and they are purported to be granted permission to be taken out of the country. And that's why we've got so much high crime of such levels.
And lastly, what would be your advice to the new batch that's coming in?
Yeah, like I say, my advice is be decisive and stay alert. And if you feel intimidated or anybody intimidates you, report such to your masters and do not be corrupted.
Thank you very much. Well, Michelle, that's a criminologist speaking to us, of course, about the 400 officers that have graduated. We understand that on the 1st of June as the first day of their work, and we know that they'll be, of course, separated, with some of them also that are going to be here in Pretoria as a task team, which will wait for whenever there's a need to assist, and then they will be dispatched into different areas.
Nqobile Madlal, live to us there in Pretoria. Thanks very much indeed.